Hello, everybody. Hello, Valerie.
Yes, hello again, and we continue our English speaking practice. Anatoly Balaev is a writer, psychologist, and he is a creator of evolutionary intelligence, his educational program based on spiral dynamics and integral theory. And me, Valery Kaplan, I'm psychologist from Russia and EFT therapist. And again, we continue our talks, our conversations just for fun. Our purpose
Without
is
any hesitations.
yes, our purpose is to just speak English and to share something interesting with you.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to discuss today, Anatoly?
Recently, we watched, we were in a movie in the
Mm-hmm.
theater and we watched Master and Margarita the movie. Uh, and it's about evil as a person. It's about
Mm-hmm.
devil, it's about Voland, it's about a lot of things. It's about love. It's about Bolshevism. It's about modern times. The movie established amazing Aesopian space, like Aesopian language. It talks to us with metaphors about nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
pretending that it's about ancient Soviet times, uh, and it was it was a text happened with me after watching the movie, and the text was about good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
And my suggestion is to talk about it
Mm-hmm.
in historical perspective, in psychology perspective, in personal perspective. It is dangerous to talk in this matter in political perspective. Yet maybe we could do so. I don't know. Um, this opposing forces, these two ways for us to separate everything around and within
Mm-hmm.
into good and into evil. By the way, I just recalled my son, he's 20, showed me like a couple of days before funny um, cartoon serials
Mm-hmm.
named Husband Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen this movie, like try it. Uh, it has a specific legend that the creator of this serial had created only one short episode,
Mm-hmm.
and people liked it so much that now the author has a lot of investments, a company like partners within this project, and the Husband Hotel cartoon movie is about hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's about demons, and people call this cartoon as like anti-Disney. Like
Mm-hmm.
Disney movies, everything is fine, everything is kind, everything is beautiful, everything is happy, and like colorful heaven.
Mm-hmm.
This cartoon movie is also colorful, but it's about hell. It's about sinners burning in hell, and it's about angels, which are not so good, though.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Well, postmodern world brought us this idea that good is not so good as it would like to think about itself, and bad, evil is not so evil. And
Mhm.
even Bulgakov, that movie, the very core quote of this movie belongs to Goethe,
Mhm.
that I am a part of the force which is intended to do evil, but eventually does something good.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know, am I correct in particularly the Goethe quote, but it's like,
Yes, it's clear. I suppose it's
yeah,
clear. It's
see?
popular. Mhm.
And for you, Valerie, for example, as a psychologist, for me
Mhm.
as a psychologist, uh, we often find in our clients that dichotomy
Yes.
or
Dichotomy.
dichotomy, like some of my past was good and
Mhm.
some of my past was evil. Like I met some good people and I met some bad people, really bad, evil people.
Mhm.
And they brought me pain, they injured me.
Mhm.
But some of them was good, they healed me, they kept me alive, they loved me. And then they left me and they tortured me and they seemed to be good and they appeared as evil, as bad, as mad, and so on. And we find it very often in our past, in our clients, in our interpretations of
Mhm.
our past. What do you think? What do your client say about it? Good and evil.
Uh, it's quite difficult to say what my clients think. I can tell you what me myself think.
Yeah.
Um, yes, it's um, actually, when you talk about this video of, this famous speech of how to say his name, who is an inventor of Apple? I forgot his
Steve
name.
Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. His very famous speech in front of students
Yeah.
of some university, and he was talking about some idea of connecting the dots. That only afterwards you can connect
Yeah.
all the dots of your life, and you can see the whole picture. And yes, I can observe this very phenomena that those points that we considered really bad and full of negative emotions and
Mm-hmm.
some terrific experience afterwards can be the best
Period.
gift
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like I don't know, something really good. And it so yes, sometimes we need really time and wisdom to how to say, to get to start considering these very things this way. So it's really interesting topic. And mm, when you have how to say, when you told me that you would like to talk about this very topic, I remembered. Yes, of course, it is very simple, simply described idea from Kabbalah about um, this idea that there is also a legend that God created something. He was love, and this how to say in English, sasud. I forget this word. Some okay.
Okay. Bottle or like
Okay,
cup.
maybe some bottle or some bowl, something like this, and this love, this eternal love, was poured into this very I don't know,
Cup.
bottle,
Bottle.
something.
Yeah.
And this process of getting love and giving love was endless. And finally, it led to stagnation. So everything was love and nothing else. And it was, according to this very legend, God decided to create this duality, like good and bad, black and white, in order to feel this very contrast. Like, because without this very contrast, we can't, how to say, measure, evaluate, and finally estimate this very goodness of our life. So, and this is a very interesting idea from Kabbalah to me, that the very point of how to say, being satisfied with everything good we have in our life, we have to um, know what is the other side in order to
In
compare
contrast,
and contrast. Yeah, what can you add to this very idea?
here goes very. I find next idea. How can I say? Trying to deal with evil, trying to understand the very existence of evil.
Mhm.
Sometimes we using having access to some depth, some amount of wisdom we gathered through life,
Mhm.
we went to the idea that if there's such a thing we call God, such a
Mhm.
like person or existence of God, it won't be, it's like it's not possible for this core essence of the world being unaware, being unpowered to like vanish all evil away, but something we call God or someone we call God just doesn't do it.
Mhm.
And very often, trying to solve this issue, we establish devil as a figure as power as God. Like there are two things, like good and bad,
Mhm.
white and black. By the way, it's racist. They say racist now to call all bad is black and so on. No, it's another separate. Let's separate this issue. We will talk about it later. Uh, so devil is like equal in power with God, but when you go deeper in your development, in your spiritual practices, in your age, in your understanding of the world, you realize that sometimes, and you mentioned it, sometimes we call evil, we call bad things we just don't get it. We just didn't understand yet.
Mhm.
And when time passed, we find some gratitude to people, to events which
Mhm.
formed us, which was cruel to us, which was tough situations, tough people, cruel people, evil, we call them so. But in order to fight against it, in order to survive, we grew ourselves stronger. We became who we are, dealing with something we call evil. And in this case, we start to think that devil is like God's project.
Yeah.
And in this case, we go to the idea that we just sometimes like the ways of God is unpredictable. It's misunderstandable. We don't know how to call it until the time is passed and all knots are connected. But here goes an objection, like возражение, objection, right? Objection. Objection goes like, this way to talk about evil is justification the evil. You just don't want to fight it. You don't want to go against it. You just call it something like you don't understand yet. So you just don't want to get rid of it. We have a very tough times nowadays. And I had written that text about, I written there that I really think, and I need your opinion about it, Valerie, actually. I really think that only good things have that possibility to evolve, because I really think that so-called evil, based on the injuries, based on traumas, and as a psychologist, I see that inside me, I see that inside my clients, I see that in society, that if you grew up within a loving atmosphere, you minimize that amount of evil inside. If you grew up in a tough, in a cruel atmosphere, without any love, without a lot of hatred, with hate all around you, you just get a very huge like circumstances to have and to behave as an evil person. So I consider so-called evil as a disease. Evil is a behavior which grow on our traumas. When you heal your trauma, you don't have to behave as an evil person anymore. And in this case, I see so-called evil as a disease, and it leads me, this idea leads me to a huge, like a great, how can I say надежда?
Hope.
Hope. Oh yeah, hope, of course. to great hope, because I see that only good things, only healthy things combine throughout themselves a healthy systems, human systems,
Mhm.
and those human systems have been
Can it,
evolving through time. But bad things, evil things, they can be very loud, they can be very active. And why are they so active? Because they have pain inside.
Mhm.
You are active when you are in pain.
Mhm.
If you are not in pain, you like calm. You act peacefully, quietly. You can be happily, you can laughing out loud, but you don't like uh, uh, uh,
Which word do you need?
yeah, I mean, you are not active in a super active. You don't trying to
You don't
prove
make
that
you don't make
I'm
a fuss.
right, you're wrong. See, and this
There is no struggle,
no
right?
struggle, yeah, and this idea about healthy nature of good and unhealthy nature of evil
Mhm.
leads me to a great hope, because
Mhm.
I when I face evil things, I see that these evil things are in pain.
Yep.
They cry, they like struggle, they um, fight with each other, with themselves. There are too much. It seems like there are too much of evil. But my hope is in this. I know that this will whether be healed
Mhm.
or die. It
Mhm.
won't lead to evolving evil like of another kind, and so there will be evil until uh, we don't know how to love each other, we don't know how to take care of our children, we don't have healthy relationships, until we don't have healthy society. Every child, every born child will face traumas, will
Mhm.
face unhealthy relationships, will face um, injustice behavior, and he or she will try to heal himself or herself. And doing that, feeling the pain, we try to get rid of the inner pain by making the pain to others,
Mhm.
by being cruel to others. This we actually we it's like bad idea, but we don't know it's a bad idea. Like we try to heal ourselves being
Mhm.
cruel to others. See? And
Mhm.
yet my hope is based on my belief and my like experience that only healthy things evolve.
Mhm.
And when I had written the text, I had some comment section and had some comments that this is your way to justify the evil. You just don't want to fight it. When you face evil, you have to kill evil. You have to get rid of it.
Mhm.
And you, what are you call it? What is your call? What is your sentence? What is your meaning here? Like you have to face the evil, and you look at it with love and you try to go deeper and you try to understand the evil. I don't want to understand the evil. I want to get rid of it. And this is a difficult part because in my thoughts, I don't justify the evil in this matter, in this way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that, well, if there's no, as a psychologist, if there's no uh, asking for psychotherapy, there is no psychotherapy. If a person doesn't ask, like, help me, heal me, help me to understand my past, my current situation, help me to reconfigure my life, there's no way for you to help that person.
Mm-hmm.
And if that person acts cruel, acts destructive, I have all rights to minimize his influence on my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him or her around. And I will be as tough and as straight as I can to protect my life, to protect my family, to protect what I love, what I care about from the person which I know he or she or them have the pain inside. They are injured, but I don't freaking care about it because they don't ask for psychotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this would help, but they don't ask for it. They just want to struggle. They want to fight. They want to prove me I'm wrong, and they want to take something from me. They want to force me doing things I don't want to do. And in this matter, I I stand strong and I fight against it. See,
Mm-hmm.
this is not, as for me, a justification of the evil. But if you don't try to understand why the very existence of the evil,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't try to go into these depths, uh, you will have that fighting situation through all of your life, and not only your life, through your children's life, through your grandchildren's lives, and well, we have to understand, we have to heal somehow the very core essence of the evil's existence. And by the way, like, spiral dynamics shows me that we've been doing it actually. Like, we've been creating healthy economy situation, technology situation, educational forms, medicine, even political forms, and the amount of the evil of war came to like it's hard to believe it in this very times that we have several wars uh, around us. Yet, I think all of them
Mm-hmm.
like, it's my way to get rid of the war as the biggest evil of all, trying to understand the enemy. It doesn't mean that by understanding I mean forgiving or justifying, but I have to understand the evil things. And this is
Mhm.
my way to fight it. This is my way to prevent it.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Um, I have written down that there is always some pain behind the evil, like if we talk about human nature and some traumatic experience
Yeah,
inside. So when person behaves in a negative way, it's it doesn't mean that we should understand and or like forget straight away, yeah, or allow to behave badly, like in terms of us. But this idea to understand that maybe not at the very moment of dealing with this very person, but maybe afterwards, it's really useful to think about that inside of this very cruel person, maybe there is a little boy or girl who
there's
is,
always a little boy or girl inside
yeah,
every
definitely,
cruel person.
yeah, definitely, who is scared
Yeah,
or isolated or extremely traumatized, and nobody could help, and maybe would never help to this very person. And this idea to generate compassion and develop compassion, yes, it is about, actually, for me, it's about my personal evolution and uh, grown wisdom. And it is not easy at all.
yeah, of course.
It's not easy. And I have just also put down these words, love, evolution, and I have noticed that the first letters of the word evolution, EVOL,
Yeah,
these are the
I
words.
saw the
Sorry,
pictures
these
of
are the
it. Yeah,
letters. These are the letters. Um, the word love combined of. Did you know that? I
yeah.
have just.
There's like design pictures that they had written the evolution and like highlighted love in it.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
I have just noticed that. It's really interesting. Yes, and this very idea of how to say this energy of life, it goes naturally, it goes easily when we deal with some healthy structures. And healthy structures, yes, they can become healthy um, if they are full of love. It's that it is true. Um, so, I remember when I was taught EFT, or sorry, NLP. Yes, my first modality was NLP. I was taught to remember about positive intention of this very person. So when he or she behaves somehow badly or negatively, try and guess what is his positive intention, what is his unsatisfied need, inner need. And maybe you will have time not to react unconsciously, but maybe to try being in contact with the very center. Maybe you can manage to help this very person to satisfy his very need in some positive form. And then maybe some negative, some evil things won't happen further. I mean, they're not going to unfold further and further. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes it's good.
But again, uh, sometimes people use very dramatic examples in this, and someone could ask you,
Mhm.
what was the positive intention of the Holocaust? Is there any? Were there
I see.
any? whether positive intention for like genocide or like any war of Hiroshima bombardment or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
And you could say, well, yes, but it doesn't matter because first we need to stop any way to genocide, any way to like anti-Semitism, any way for extreme radical nationalism, any way to like massive killing and so on.
Mhm.
Like first way, I stop this. Second way, and very often we miss that part. Second way, I try to understand what happened, why, because of what, why it was even existed in the world. It's very easy to um, connect the answer with the living evil and say why it has happened, because they were evil, they have to be killed, they have to be destroyed, they have to be, well, until we have that uh, contrast worldview, black and white, good and evil, we've been making the war possible. And it is very hard to love, to understand your enemy. But without
Mhm.
it, you win. Your enemy is dead. Your enemy is not here. You get rid of your enemy. But it's not true. Without understanding the why this enemy actually came to you and what was the core principles, like what was the um, causes of this people, man or woman you call enemy, of their very existence. What was the causes? If you don't really understand that, you just make them reappear in your life again and again. See?
Mhm.
We have to go deeper. But it's scary, actually, to go deeper. Because there, you suddenly find that your enemy is not so evil as you thought. And he or she or them have their, oh my God, positive intentions.
Mhm.
And maybe I am a little bit, and then more and more wrong, dealing with them as an evil.
Mhm.
And it's very unpleasant understanding
Mhm.
to find that you wasn't so right as you would like to think about yourself. But it's a healing way.
Mhm.
This is how it goes when you trying to forgive your parents, when you try to forgive your classmates, your teachers, by being cruel to you.
Mhm.
See?
Mhm.
Very easy to say, oh, why they were cruel to me? Because they are evil. But then you realize that all of us, we are made of warm flesh. We are humans. We are, there's no, like, no one of us, no one actually likes that let like birds not singing and grass not growing. Like
Can I add something
yeah,
on this very topic?
yeah, sure.
You know, I deal with, so I mean, I have a colleague and we deal with the ancestral field. I'm a psychologist and I work with another psychologist who deal with ancestral different stuff and so on. And, you know, we came up to one idea that there are different levels and some, how to say, some level of our performance is personal level. And at personal level, sometimes it's impossible to forget or to understand or to anyhow comprehend
Mm-hmm.
the reasons why and so on and so forth. But remembering this Steve Jobs example about these very
Yeah,
dots, sometimes we have to change this perspective.
yeah.
And I just want to give one example. Sometimes what my colleague Anna calls how to say that in English, like above person, like non-personal level. I don't know the level of
Transpersonal.
not transpersonal, but this level is like a little bit above. So personal level and some kind of
Meta
something
level.
above the level of uh, soul learning tasks, so to say, soul learning tasks. This level where our soul, so to say, learns something. And I remembered one interesting movie. Maybe you watched it, "The Power of the Heart," and it is American movie. And even Paulo Coelho, famous author, read. Paulo Coelho, his
Paulo
world.
Coelho. Yeah, Paulo Coelho. Yeah,
Paulo
sure.
Coelho and different Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eckhart Tolle is famous speaker on meditation and on this calmness. It is a documentary movie, and there were several stories about this power of our heart. And when you started talking about Holocaust and all these cruel things on our planet, I remember there was a woman who told her story. She how to say she was one of um, saved. Actually I don't remember. You remember this Rwanda Holocaust, something like this. Rwanda.
Genocide,
Um,
maybe.
so sorry, genocide. Yes, Rwanda genocide in Africa.
Yeah.
There were two people, different people. Rwanda and I forget the second one. And yes, and the very same people, they were people of one, like they were one people actually, just different tribes. And one tribe decided to absolutely kill the rest of their people. And it is so really it's crazy. And she told that finally, when she was free, they were hidden by some priest in his bathroom. Actually, they spent several months, I suppose, in this very group of women in this very bathroom, and they were very close to death. And this very priest saved their life, actually, uh, some Christian priest, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was free, she came to the prison to the person who killed all her family. And she told in this very video that she has kind of, I don't know, kind of vision or a kind of blessing that you have an option, you have an alternative, like you have to choose. Now you can continue your living with a black heart, full of I don't know, all negative emotions and anything, and or
Revenge,
just
desire. Yeah.
yes, revenge and yes, and all of that. And it can destroy your life. Yes, and now you have your life. All of your relatives are dead, and now you have this precious life. And how are you going to live it like the rest of your life? And she, you know, I mean, uh, according to this very vision and this very experience, she maybe yes, of course, it was kind of altered state of mind because she spent a lot of time in this very like situation, yeah. But she uh, chose. She how to say? She made decision to choose to forget, not for he. Oh, sorry, not forget, forgive, not for him, but for her heart. And she came to this very prison, um, and she could see this very pain we mentioned in this very talk, that this person was just full of pain. He was so full of pain that he didn't realize what was he doing. He was just like a beast, like I don't know, like an animal, aggressive, lack of conscious. And yes, and she just decided to forgive him, and it was something existential, something for her soul. And this situation deeply transformed her life. And this story was impressive to me, actually. Yes, The Power of the Heart. This movie is
Thank you very much. It
«Могущество
leads
сердца».
us to idea we discussed in some previous conversations with Valerie about that like genius phrase sentence that final battle won't be between good and evil, it will be between simplicity and complexity.
Mhm.
And sometimes to decide that I am good and they are evil, it's a very simple decision. It is simple, like as I don't know.
Mhm.
But it leads to continuous struggle. It leads to war. It leads to pain, and simplicity is not the way for you to choose. But when you choose to have some like when you decide to go deeper, when you decide to look on the situation from different perspectives, it leads to your pain. It leads you feel some pressure pushing you away from this complexity and like provoking you to choose simplicity. And in my opinion, in modern, very much complex world, simplicity is our evil.
Mhm.
And when we decide to have that hard and hard work, see, uh, we face tears, we face unpleasant
Emotions, experience.
emotions, we face uneasy decisions.
Mhm.
Yeah, but this is how we fight evil, and this is our inner jihad. Muslims say that the jihad idea, which like kill all people who don't believe in Muhammad, is a very primitive and very simple and very, in this case, evil interpretation of the very term of jihad. Jihad is your inner work, hard
Mm-hmm.
work of fighting your personal demons, and your personal demons are exactly your how can I say sablazn?
Um, I forgot. I can just check.
It's a good word for us in this case.
Mhm. Temptation. Temptation.
Temptation, uh,
Yes.
like it's a very strong temptation.
Искушение.
Yeah,
Temptation.
to choose to go on the easy way. This is where your demons live, on your
Mm-hmm.
easiest ways. Your angels live on a hard way. And hard means not like hard in a heavy, like as a weight.
Hard is not difficult,
Hard
right?
means difficult for your soul, not for your body,
Oh, okay.
not even for your intellect, for your mind, for your soul. It is hard for your soul to move on a complex way to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And it's full of tears sometimes, it's full of difficult decisions, it's full of forgiveness, and it is
Mm-hmm.
your hard work to find your the opportunity to forgive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy to say, well, even now, but it's a very hard work. But like 2000 years ago, like Jesus came and told us, like, try to love your enemy,
Mm-hmm.
try to communicate with others as you would like to them communicate with you. And he was crucified exactly for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have this lesson learned yet for 2000 years.
But we are on the way.
We are on the way, and like every time you look, you have like your mind or your experience, or someone told you, look, this is evil, 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 like look at them, they are bad persons, or they are cruel, and we have that temptation to fight. And the exact difficult way to fight your temptation, because every time you, oh, it's simple, you get that idea, you get that mindset, everything is simple, good, bad.
Mm-hmm.
This is wrong. There is no such a thing in human nature. There's no such simplicity. The simplicity is an evil temptation for people, for us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Anatoly, maybe to sum it up, don't you mind if I ask you to tell a few words to say a few words to our Russian audience? Maybe some Russian people look watch these English speaking videos as well. Yes, the one of the tools that we can use, and I'm going to do that, is to visit your practice. Like, I mean,
well,
maybe you can say a
we've
little
been
bit.
constantly organize a lot of practices. I mean, of course, thank you, Valerie. Yeah, we've been doing practice which developed from great practice. They called it big heart, big mind, big heart. But in my case, I call it великое сердце, like a great heart, because I implemented in this practice a lot of my personal experience. But again, let me give you an example. In this practice, we act like inner voices, or you can call it your roles. Some of your inner roles you like, some of them you don't. And when you act in this practice as a defender, for example, like, hello, I am a defender. I would like to defend myself. I would like to defend you. If I would understand why should I do it. I am a defender. I know from what I defend. And we respect our inner defender. We say thank you for him and so on. But sometimes I ask people to bring unpleasant voices from within. And sometimes it's a voice of victim. And you have to find your inner victim and say, oh, hello, I am a victim. I had a lot of pain. I still alive. I still suffer. I still within. The whole person is sometimes he or she is alive because of my existence, because I survived, because I faced those cruel acts from other people, and I survived. I made it. I realized how to deal with all of this, and it was so painful. And here I am. I am victim. And suddenly people realize, step by step, by being voice of victim, that this is my way to feel. It is me, victim, who taught the whole personality to feel, by feeling pain, by feeling relieved, by feeling protected, by defender, by feeling healed. Because here there are a lot of tears, a lot of hard work. See, and first time people got used to that voices I asked them to face was like funny voices or interesting voices, but then I asked them to call victim. Say, oh Jesus, no, please, no, don't, oh no. But then this practice in this very situation, it ends with gratitude. I am thankful for the voice of victim is still within me, because it was a great experience. I was taught a lot by dealing with cruel things. See? And there are decades, a lot of many hundreds of voices within us. And during each meeting, we contact with 4 or 5 voices. And we start with personal voices and we end with transpersonal voices. and it is very interesting and deep and very helpful and useful experience to like pretend and to wear like a jacket, to
Mhm.
wear like I am a defender, I am a victim, I am for example I'm a child, a voice of a child, voice of my inner child. I am a voice of my newbie. Oh, hello. Who are you? Like, what is going on? I am a newbie. And during this practice, you learn somehow to associate with the voice and to dissociate with the voice. And
Mhm.
doing this, it is become easier and easier to associate with the voices which are transpersonal. And sometimes, and when I ask, invite the voice of the time, for example, and you
Wow.
have to say, hello, I am the time. And who am I being the time? Or who am I being the way? Or who am I being the universe? Or who am I being like
Eternity, for instance.
eternity? Yeah. And people like just when they get there, they sometimes they get silent, sometimes they
Yes.
cry, sometimes they say, oh, finally I understood why I had that connection to why that happened to me. What? Oh my God! I have that. I have this huge point of view, and this is I really think by teaching spiral dynamics, we get to that states of mind, to that mindsets on 9 or 8 or 9 week.
Mhm.
During 8 weeks, we go there. During big, like great hard practice, we get there during 2 hours.
Wow. You know, it reminds me of our previous talk. Remember when we discuss all our philosophical ideas and we can comprehend them mentally? And I mentioned this like perception model of uh, like our traditional mind. And
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you
yeah,
are
yeah,
doing is it is an opportunity to understand something from this very place
yeah,
to
yeah,
our
yeah, yeah, yeah.
heart center mind, and this combination is wow. It creates insights.
Actually,
Well,
I love that practice very much. It has only one issue. The same issue spiral dynamics has. It is hard to explain people why should I go there? Because when you use these big words, people say, "Oh, I don't know, maybe not. Oh, I won't go." But when you decide, when people decided to go there, they every one of them say, "I got more than I expected.
definitely.
I get here much more than I expected." And how should we put this in the beginning? If we like have that promise, what should I say? Like, trust me, you will get more than you expected, and your expectations will be like thrilled, will be overcome with the very result of your experience. And it's some sort of like нескромно, да, like how can I say
Дерзко.
yeah,
Mm, like, um, Audaciously or boldly, smelo.
It's like too bold
Defiantly as
for
a
me.
wish.
Too bold for me. to, uh, 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 to say it in the beginning. To um, uh,
I think it refers to some intuitive resonance. And if people, I think that audience that watch you, they are, I do believe they somehow resonate with you at the same values. And if you want to be
this is what
a
we
part
count
of
on.
this,
Yeah.
this very, like, I mean, bigger picture of our global evolution that starts from the very heart, and as we like mentioned today, that it seems to us that evolution can happen in good, kind, and lovely space, right? And like when we, if I mean, when in this space where love dwells. When something good dwells, something healthy, we mean healthy environment is how to say um, is a basic principle for evolution. You told that everything that is evil, traumatized, can't grow any further in healthy way. Yeah. So if we want to be a part of this global evolution, and I suppose this is kind of meta goal of what we do, to be a part of this global evolution. And yeah, I think yes, some intuitive resonance, and you don't need to say anything. I just want to be there, and I don't need any
Yeah, thank you. You mentioned it.
any promises. And to sum it up, I think we're going to finish.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We have to
Yes.
finish it. Yeah,
We
some
have to
way.
finish. I I found on my bookshelf this very book, Jack Kornfield and the Path of the Heart, and he's a Buddhist, and he told in the very beginning of this book that even being a monk, and it was quite easy for him to how to say to stay calm in this Buddhist environment, meditate, to love all the world, all the humanity somewhere in the mountain. And he said that I was really shocked when I found myself really irritated and nervous in New York meeting my family
Of
again,
course.
as if I wasn't a monk at all.
Of
He
course.
was reactive. He was uh, maybe yeah,
Impulsive. Yeah.
impulsive, right?
Impulsive.
So it is an art of living from our heart and building this very relationship. So spiral dynamics is a tool. This very great heart practice is a tool. I hope you can go to Anatoly Balyaev Telegram sources and find all this information about upcoming events.
Thank you very
Um,
much,
I
Valerie.
encourage you to visit this as well. So thank you very much for this very talk. Uh, our talks are getting better and better, I suppose.
As our
uh,
English goes
uh,
better and better, we hope so.
yes, yes. So thank you for your time and attention, and
See you, Valerie. Thank you
see you
very
in the
much.
future. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.